Okay, we're gonna load up and hit the trails. We might get to the beach, try to head for the Golden Circle where we'll have some lunch. I've got a couple of cameras to try out. We're gonna have a fun day, so there you go. See y'all on the trail, at the trails. Alright folks, we're on our way. Headed out the driveway here. It's going to be a purple haze later on. These are all agapanthus bushes lining the driveway. And I'm just going to shut these gates so nobody gets out on the highway while I'm out trail riding. Alright, right here. See you soon. Castle that I drive past on the way. Interesting, eh? Alright, we are here in Turkana at Turkana Beach. A little settlement out here by the ocean and the forest. Oh, they call this Kotiata Beach. Manny is a very special horse. Now, I used to ride any horse I could, but after I had children, my thoughts on life changed. I realized that these little babies depended on me for everything. I couldn't afford to get hurt because they needed me. My risk-taking behavior had to stop. So I needed to find a good, safe horse. I wanted a horse the whole family could ride. Quiet enough for the children, but big enough for my husband. And it couldn't be too old to take me for long, hard rides in the forest. Plus, it had to be inexpensive, as we were a one-income young family. Now, most good horses were highly priced, which is only fair for the amount of training that goes into making a good horse. And most horses that are quiet enough for children have a lot of years on them. So therefore, I was asking the impossible. However, nothing is impossible for God. I started saving my pennies up. I thought it would be a long time before I had enough money saved to buy a really good horse. I also started looking at different horses, mainly to get a feel for the market and see what was actually available. A few of my horse-loving friends knew that I was looking for the perfect horse. And one day, an older lady called me up and said, "Go look at this horse." I asked her how old it was, and she said, "He's 2.5. Well, I said, "It's too young. I want one that's been there and done that. It won't have enough training." However, this friend kept calling me up about it until at last I agreed to call up about the horse. Now, the seller told me something that changed my mind. She told me the horse had been a wild horse saved from the slaughter truck by her sister-in-law. But her sister-in-law had died a month earlier in a terrible horse accident. Now, I had heard about this accident. It had hit very close to home for several reasons. One, I knew the woman who had died because she had bought our previous house. The accident had happened in our old front paddock. She was driving her little pony cart around when the wheel caught on the edge of the water trough, and the cart flipped over and landed on her, crushing her chest. Now, I want to point out that Manny was not involved in this accident. He was away being broken in at the time of the accident. He wasn't even on the same property. It was just a freak accident involving ponies or donkeys. Not even sure which. Now, I don't believe in coincidences, so I thought, since I knew this horse's owner, maybe I should go try out this horse. Plus, his price was the exact amount I had managed to save up. I had never met a wild horse before. Most horse people I knew said they were no good, inbred, sickly, just dog tucker. Now, I had already looked at around 20 horses. Some I wouldn't even get on for a trial ride. Some I got off them before they killed me. Some I even took for a week's trial, but had to return them as unsuitable. I was being super picky because I wanted to get the right horse. Now, when I went to see Manny, I put him through every test possible, right from catching him, tying him up, riding him in the street, saddling him up, doing a spook test with him, going for a gallop, loading in the float, picking up his feet. He passed every test. Even though he was a young horse, he had this sweet, laid-back nature. I just knew he was the one. I bought him and took him home. He was in my price range, super cheap, because at that time, almost nobody in New Zealand placed any value on a wild horse. Here they are called Kaimanawas, after the mountain range where they live. Now, I had people tell me he was dog tucker, and I'd never be able to show him at a horse show. However, I knew Manny was a wonderful horse, so I set out to prove it. I joined the Western Riding Club, and I took Manny to shows. He has such a big heart, and he tries so hard to please that he won ribbons like mad. He was an ambassador for the wild horses, and he converted many people who previously thought wild horses were worthless into fans. After we proved ourselves in the show ring, Manny graduated to teaching every horse-mad child in the area how to ride, and lots of adults as well. He is what is known as a confidence builder. We've been partners for nearly 20 years now. We're both a bit long in the tooth, but we're still going strong. I believe his owner, who died on my old property, chose me to be his new owner. Well, I don't really know who owns who. Let's just say we were meant to be together. Nowadays, the Kaimanawa, the New Zealand wild horse, is a lot more valued as a good, safe riding horse. But the New Zealand government still rounds them up and kills a lot of them every year. I have 3.5 Kaimanawas at the moment. I wish I could save more of them.